So this is going to be a comparison between my personal uh, version of French toast versus Greg Doucette's anabolic French toast. When I do the voiceover, I'm pretty sure I'm going to repeat that. I just thought I would give you a little bit of a rundown of Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette is an IFBB pro bodybuilder coach, um, online and in person, I believe. And he's written a book called The Anabolic Kitchen. I have not purchased the book, so let me just start off by saying that I have not purchased the book. I've just watched enough of his content to get the basic gist of what he recommends, and what he recommends is non-calorically dense food. So if you take 200 calories of peanut butter versus 200 calories of spinach, the volume of spinach you're going to get is going to fill you up more than the, what, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter that make up 200 calories, give or take. So, as somebody who likes to eat a lot and can eat a lot, I like that concept. So, I've actually started using a lot of his techniques, such as anabolic French toast. I tend to make that actually more than my actual French toast, simply because it's a little bit less calorically dense. I also tend to use regular ass white bread, which he recommends, not the Hawaiian bread that I have. But as I mentioned in the voiceover, the only reason I'm using the Hawaiian bread is because it's what I had. So that's what all my nutrition information is. Also, if you do go and watch his content, probably has one of the most annoying voices in all of YouTube, but his content and nutrition advice is pretty solid. So, enjoy the video. Alright, so, like I said in the intro, this is a comparison between anabolic French toast, credit to Greg Doucette, and my own version of French toast. So we're going to make the anabolic French toast first. It is going to be 2 egg whites, a dash of vanilla, and cinnamon. If you read the cookbook, I believe Greg uses the boxed egg whites. I have never used them because I learned how to do this, and since I learned how to do this, I don't see the point in buying the boxed egg whites. So, my version is 2 whole eggs, dash of milk, a little bit of chocolate extract, and cinnamon. Mine makes enough to soak up 3 pieces of bread. The way that I did this recipe, I basically made enough of the egg white mixture to do 1 piece of bread. But if you do it properly, you should make 3 to 4 slices of bread, which if you use King's Hawaiian bread, which I use in this recipe because it's what I had, you will have 600 calories just in bread. If you use regular ass white bread, you might have 300 calories in bread. And actually, if you buy the low calorie bread, only 140 calories for 4 slices of bread if you use enough egg whites to make 4 pieces, which enough egg whites to make 4 pieces is about 250 grams, give or take. So, should be able to do this. Anyway, full disclosure, I've actually been eating anabolic French toast, not every day, but a couple times a week for like the past 3-4 weeks. It is absolutely delicious. If you like French toast, you'll like this. The major difference between the two is egg whites don't soak into the bread as well as egg whites, yolk, and milk do. The yolk and the milk help emulsify the egg whites and help them absorb into the bread better. But that being said, this recipe for anabolic French toast is so easy, even my 16-year-old can do it, and my 16-year-old barely cooks. So, anyway, after you mix it up, you can tell by mixing, you can tell just on how it is mixed that it's not going to soak into the bread near as well as the actual egg whites, yolk, and milk. What happens is that makes a little bit more of a custard, and it just soaks into the bread better. So I don't know if I mention it when I do the tasting of it, but the texture is typically better on my version of French toast than the anabolic French toast, and it's purely because the egg yolk mixture, the egg mixture gets soaked into the bread better. So, but we're going to cut over to cooking it real quick, and then we'll throw up the macros and everything. So, the major difference in cooking it is with anabolic French toast, you take the leftover egg whites and you pour it over the top of it. Traditional French toast, i.e., my version of French toast, you do not do that. You just use more bread and soak it up. But as you can tell, the egg whites do cook up on the side. It's not bad. If you like cooked egg whites, you'll love it. If you don't, you won't. That's about the extent of it. So, the caloric breakdown of both versions. So it should be noted again that my version uses 3 slices of bread. The way that I made this mixture, it is just enough for 1 slice of. Total calories on the anabolic French toast, the way that I made it, is 174 calories. Of that, 27.4 grams of carbs, 11.2 grams protein, 1.7 gram fat. My version of French toast is 578 calories, 84.4 grams carbs, 24.9 grams protein, 14.5 grams fat. And if you make anabolic French toast the way that it's supposed to be made, you will use an entire carton of egg whites, which is 32 ounces, and that'll be 733 calories, of which about 100 grams of protein and about 50 grams of carbs. That is using regular ass white bread. So that's if you make it using the actual recipe that Greg puts out. Anyway, now on to the taste test. For the taste test, I did not use syrup because I just wanted to get the feeling for the French toast. So here you go. All right, now time for the taste test. This is Greg Doucette's Anabolic French Toast. This is my personal one. They're both made with Hawaiian bread because that's what I had. The only major difference between the two is Greg's, you pour the extra egg mixture on top of it. Mine, you do not. And apparently I can't cut with a damn. So, there's the bite. Actually, that's the thumbnail. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Come on. There we go. That's it. Greg's was the first bite. It's pretty good. Pretty tasty. I don't have syrup on this because I wanted to taste what each one was like on its own. Time for mine. Mine cut a little bit better. There we go. That's a thumbnail right there. Right there. So, the difference is negligible. His has no yolks, no milk, vanilla, and cinnamon. Mine has cinnamon, chocolate extract, milk, and the yolks. There's not really a whole lot of difference between the two, and they're both pretty tasty. And his version, I'll have to do the calories. I'll have to do the calories on each one, but I'm going to guess it's 150 calories per slice of Hawaiian bread, according to the package. So I'm going to guess his is, with 2 yolks, probably 200, 210 calories at best. Mine is probably closer to 250, 260 calories with the milk and the yolks in there. But I'll have the full caloric breakdown in the description below. But this is delicious. I'm going to finish this up, start my day. Have a good one.